Hello, so this week is Eating Disorders Week, where it's raising awareness for people with eating disorders, and I thought what I'd do is I'd do a video to not celebrate this week, but to help with the awareness. Now on Facebook, I'm friends with some people I met in my psychiatric hospital that I went to, and there was this story posted from a girl that I met there, and it was absolutely amazing, and it made me think, you know what, I'm going to do something. I'm not going to do pictures of me when I was going through this problem and stage of my life because, well, I deleted most of them because I didn't want to ever see it. And please ignore the really loud noises someone's moving in next door. So I thought what I'd do to kind of contribute to all this is that I would share one story of kind of my recovery process. Now, I'm not going to say that I was diagnosed with anything with an eating disorder. They said it was kind of part of something that it was part of my illness as a thing. I struggle with binge eating and things like that. And one of the stories that I'm going to say is awareness in the sense of being shamed. Now, I used to, and still do, have a very big fear about eating in front of other people. Now, I don't like eating. It makes me sweat, makes me nervous, makes me feel sick. I get anxiety. I don't want people looking at me. And when I was in hospital, it was very apparent. Now, I felt very left out because, you know, all the girls and one guy used to sit in this group together and talk at lunch and breaks and things like that for food. I used to sit on my own with a member of staff because I couldn't have them see me eat. Now, I didn't used to be in the canteen. I used to be back on the ward because I couldn't go into the canteen. It made me nervous. I didn't want people seeing me eat. I couldn't do it. So it used to separate me because I didn't want people... I was unable to bond with other people because I was too busy being so afraid. And I remember having to confront this feeling when I had to have dinner around my partner's parents' house. Now, they had a very sit-down dinner, and I used to eat dinner in my room on my own, or I didn't eat dinner at all. I used to eat 2 packets of crisps a day, and I couldn't eat. Now, this is what really frustrates me, and the reason I'm sharing this story is not only does it show the anxiety and the social side of things, is I physically could not eat. And people think it's all just in your head. It's not just all in your head. What happened is your body also gets involved. So I used to have people making comments like, is that all you're eating? Is that all you're going to do? Is that all, you know, there's barely anything on you. You should eat this. You should eat more. Putting stuff on my plate. And I would gag. I'd feel physically sick. I would want to throw everything back. That sounds really bad. I'm not. It's just, it was a physical thing. I physically couldn't do it. It got to a point where my belly was not used to food and it hated it. And people used to think it's fine to shove food on my face, tell me that there's barely anything on me, don't worry about your size. Like, that's not going to affect someone. No offence. Saying to someone, yes, there's barely anything on you, and then throwing food at them is not going to help. It's not. And what ended up helping me was myself. I went into psychiatric care and I was very ill. Not just ill in the sense of I was suicidal and things like that. I was very skinny at this point. I was working out every day. I got addicted to exercise. I was a dancer. And there was this girl in a psychiatric course, and I'm not going to say her name, but a very close friend of mine will probably know who I'm talking about. She used to make comments about me being skinny. Now, in a psychiatric unit, you think people will understand you, and they do. They really do understand a lot of things. And it wasn't until later when more people with similar problems than I did, one of these ladies I'm talking about who done this, she came in. I didn't feel as bad, but this girl used to call me a skinny bitch and things like that. I was proud of my size. I wasn't, you know, doing as many bad eating stuff as I used to and she used to call me a skinny bitch, and she used to say because I was skinny, I was a slut. No. This made me worse. I go through stages where I eat and eat and eat, or I just can't. It's a binging, it's a process, it's part of my borderline personality disorder. And this girl, who's supposedly ill, I don't know if she is. I don't even know much about her. I hated her. She was my arch nemesis. She was the Will Wheaton to my Sheldon. I hated her. And she would call me skinny, she'd call me a slut, she'd say horrible, horrible things about me. And she didn't know me because I like to wear shorts and because I was skinny. It was awful. And I'm sharing this story to show that there are people out there who don't understand it, who supposedly are mentally ill themselves, but then still, because they're mentally ill, they attack those around us and us. And I have to be quick with my video, so I'm literally just describing to you that I have a couple of odds. This is literally a little scraping of some of the things I've been through, but some of it is not all in your head. A lot of it is. You overanalyze every single thing that you do. The way you look, the way you are, you know. But it's also physical as well. And telling someone that they're a slut because they're skinny, or they're ugly because they're bigger, or... I was so petrified of someone seeing me eat a burger that I didn't eat a burger until I was 14 years old. And then once I did start eating burgers, I wouldn't eat in front of my boyfriend because I was petrified of him seeing me. Now I could eat a McDonald's or a Domino's in front of him because that man could pack things away like I've never seen it before. And he made me feel confident about myself. Now, I'm not saying you need a boyfriend to do that or a girlfriend to do that. But I am saying that you need to be careful. Even if you're mentally ill yourself, you need to be careful the way you talk to people about their size, the way they look, their hair, anything. And what I'm saying on this week with eating disorders is that you have no idea what that person is going through. Even if you have that disorder yourself, it affects everyone differently. You have no idea, so you have no right to comment about anything. And this is a very angry rant, I know. But you just need to be careful. And you be their supportive friend in different ways. Don't tell them to eat, don't tell them to do that. Just occasionally tell them that they're beautiful the way they are. That's it. It's not rocket science. Watch some movies with them. You don't have to be their therapist, you just have to be their friend. And I'm very lucky to have friends like that. So that's my rant. And it's for Eating Disorders Week. And there are people out there who can really help you. And I have more stories about it. And I might do some more. But I have some girls that are from psychiatric care, and I would like to say they were absolutely amazing. And I remember when they were locking themselves in their room at lunchtime and too afraid to walk on grass. And now I see pictures of them running and playing and eating. And as their friend, not their therapist, it's one of the most amazing things to ever see in your life. I've seen a girl try and kill herself in the middle of a psychiatric ward, and now I'm seeing her smiling in photos. It is one of the most amazing feelings you will ever experience. So that's my rant, that's my story time. And there is more, but that will do for now. And I will upload this. And I hope those girls know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say it to them. And they're so strong and so amazing. And I thank them for helping me for everything that I've been through too. And that girl who was mean to me, well, I never have to see you again. So, I'm good. Bye-bye, Will Wheaton. And I'll do some more videos soon about stuff. And my hair looks horrible. I'm really sorry. I tried to curl it, but it didn't work. So I'll speak to you guys later. And I hope that this was enlightening to you. Bye.